Hi, good morning everybody. Wow, Facebook is just letting me know this is my 10th broadcast. I didn't even realise that. I don't know how many of you were up at this time on a Sunday again. And hopefully the sound is working okay. I can see that somebody's here with me, so watching. Could you just let me know if the sound is alright, if it's working? There seems to be a little delay at the beginning of these videos with the sound, so just put a simple yes in the comments box, or click like. That would be really helpful, thank you. Hi Raina, great, thank you for letting me know, it's always helpful. Good morning everybody. Welcome to this morning's meditation. I'm feeling a bit groggy this morning actually. I even have a bit of a headache, so I'm not sure what that's all about. But regardless of that, I am up and we're going to do this Sunday morning meditation. So if you want to, I've got hair on my nose. If you want to take some deep breaths into your belly. Morning Kev. And just with me now, taking a deep breath into your belly. And as you breathe into your belly, pushing your belly out. And as you breathe out, bring your belly in. And we'll do some more deep breaths, breathing in, pushing your belly out. Breathing out, bringing your belly in. Two more of those. And one more. So as always, I have no idea what I'm going to say, because I never rehearse these things, I just see what comes through. So I'd like to start by scanning the body again. I think it's a lovely way to start the morning. So if you want to close your eyes, all of you, and we'll start with the feet, and I'm going to close my eyes too. And just feel what's happening in your feet, if there's any tension there, or any resistance, or maybe there's space, maybe it's very light and there's actually... Hi, morning Ines. Oh, morning Dee, lovely to see you. So feeling our feet and what's happening in our feet. And we're going to take our attention to different parts of the body. We're going to start with the feet and the ankles, and just feeling for any resistance, any tightness, or any stress, or maybe it just feels a bit squashed. That area feels a bit squashed or tense, or maybe there's a bit of pain, or maybe it's free and easy, in which case you can move on to the next part. So moving up to the ankles now. And the calves. And feeling around your knees and in your knees. Sometimes we have tension in our knees. And sometimes we can get pain in our knees when we're attempting to move forward in our lives and make big changes. Sometimes we can end up with having a little bit of resistance in our knees. Morning, Richard. And then we're bringing our attention up to our thighs and our hips, and just feeling around that area if there's any tension or stress, and just bringing your attention to that space. And we're going to feel into the hips and the buttocks and the lower back now. Just bringing our attention to there. And then up the back, the stomach, kidneys, solar plexus, all the intestine. And just hold your attention there. Feel what's happening. And then we're moving our attention up to our chest, to our ribs. The area in the chest is often where we feel grief or loss of a relationship, or grief for somebody who's left their body. And we often carry quite a depth of emotion in our chest area, in our hearts, in our heart chakra. So just feeling around that area, and if any emotions are coming up, just allow them to be. If you need to cry, that's beautiful. If you need to laugh, that's really good too. Whatever is coming up is absolutely perfect. Don't push anything away, just be with it. And we're going to move up now to the shoulders and the throat chakra and what's happening around this area. And feeling into our arms, shoulders, hands, just taking our attention to those areas. Breathing space into the places where there might be some tension or resistance. And we're going to take our attention to our head now, our face, the front of our face, around our ears, the top of our head, and see what's happening there. All the time we're breathing easily and effortlessly. Just staying relaxed, staying with it. And noticing the space that's arising. As we give attention to the things that are happening in the body, as we give space to everything that's available, everything that's happening, we actually let those things go. But when we have resistance to what's happening, we create more, we can create pain in our bodies and in our lives, and we ultimately create suffering by having resistance to what's happening. And this little exercise of tuning into our bodies and moving our attention through our bodies is really helpful in releasing and accepting and loving this body and everything that it's showing us, everything that life is showing us through our bodies. And we're just going to take some breaths and start to become aware of the silence now and the space in our bodies. Bringing our attention to the silence. And you can close your eyes again if you want to. And just feel everything that's happening in this space. Feeling the wonder of you, this magical, infinite, divine expression of the one that you are. And with this practice of relaxation and attention into these places, we can really move forward in our lives from a place of awareness. If we're fully present in our bodies, then we move into our day from a space of that presence and awareness. This helps us to make the highest choices for ourselves. The healthiest choices for our bodies, because of course the more aware of our body and its workings and how we feel and how something makes us feel, we're going to make healthier choices. When we're kind of being in unawareness, when we're not connected to our bodies, that we reach for things that are not, not as healthy, not so much honouring the space of the body. So I'm just going to have a sip of my honey and lemon. Which I usually have with turmeric in it, but for the purpose of this video I decided I wouldn't, but I'll make some afterwards. It's a really nice way to start the day, and I'm making a point of having it every morning, and it cleanses the system. It's really hydrating actually, and it just feels good, you know when something feels good for your body. It has this balancing effect. And I've also noticed that it settles the stomach too. Hi EJ. So yeah, the first thing that we start the day with, if we can give ourselves some nourishment through hot water and lemon and balance our system, balance our water and our pH through the water, our body's alkaline, and just settle the stomach really. And other things that I like to do are obviously meditation, creating some space for myself, And the more I do this, the more important I find that it is. It just really helps to ease us into the day by giving ourselves this space, because, you know, our days can be hectic and busy. Oh, I don't like that word, busy. It's like a disease these days, to be busy. It's like we should get some kind of trophy for how busy we are. Well, no, you know, we can be relaxed with life. It's not about being busy and how much we can fit in, although there is a sense of achievement with that, but what does it really mean? You know, it's like getting on the hamster wheel. We're so busy going nowhere. Why would we do that to ourselves? Far better, far more helpful and satisfying and nourishing to be in a space of presence and awareness and do things from that place and not rush things. I also like to do prayer too. Prayer is really beautiful, and it's nice to incorporate that into our day. And sometimes affirmations as well. And yoga, although I'm no yoga expert, but I do like to do yoga occasionally. And Kriya Yoga often happens when I'm meditating, just sort of spontaneously occurs these days. And it's also nice to write, you know, what we're grateful for in the mornings too, gratitude, and especially at night. These are just sweet little things that we can incorporate into our day to show gratitude, to keep us aware of the abundance that we're living in, you know, the beauty that we're living in. The magic that's happening all around us when we're able to be still and be in our awareness. That magic really reveals itself quite easily and effortlessly. And that's when you know the kind of the busy ones are not seeing these things, because the busyness is actually coming from the mind. That's the only place we can ever really be busy, is in our minds. And when we meditate and bring attention to what's happening now, that busyness just becomes constructive creation, you know, when we're walking in our power and our truth. And that's what I encourage you all to do, is to really speak your truth. And I'm also, you know, this is a practice for me too, because some things feel uncomfortable sometimes. I'm by no means perfect, and I'm not claiming to be. I am human. You know, I have a body, and with that body, that makes me human. And so I'm having a human experience. But what is happening in awakening as we awaken is that we're becoming more spirit, less body and more spirit, and we're bringing the two together in harmony. That's the process of embodiment, to bring ourselves fully. That's all the multidimensional aspects of our being here, you know, back home, being home in our bodies, because our experience of this life is happening from this point. This is the point of perception. This body is what allows us to have this experience. And our world is coming from the very fact that we are in this body. And we're all different. All our bodies are different. All our experiences are different. The way our minds work is all very different. What our wants and needs are in life can often be quite different too. We're all unique. And it's our uniqueness that is the gift to the world that we bring is our unique expression. And we're here to express that fully. So there's no need to compare yourself to anybody else. There's no need to compare yourself to anyone else. You're perfect just as you are. And find ways to express yourself more. The truth of yourself. Morning, Corinne. Lovely to have you here. Yeah, so find ways to speak your truth, express yourself. Be you, be the fullest you that you can possibly be, because that's really why you're here. You know, not here to be anybody else, to fill anybody else's ideas or concepts of how you should be. And when people have a criticism, judgment of you, they're coming from their own understanding, you know, and we have to have compassion for them, because they have a view of us that is of their own making. It's based on their own experience, their own beliefs, and this is how we are creating. You know, and often what happens is people mirror our deepest insecurities and our deepest dislikes about ourselves and our concerns and our... Yeah, they just mirror so much of it, of us. So, you know, stand in your power, stand in your truth, trust in yourself. The only person that you need to answer to is yourself, nobody else. And be honest with yourself. Your primary relationship is with you. And because all your other relationships flow from this space, right here, they flow from you. So you being you is the most important thing. And you loving you, and you being honest with you. Because that will move out into the world, that's your expression, and that will affect everybody around you. And also as we walk in our truth and we love ourselves more and we really get to know who we are, you know, that can be scary for other people. They would prefer to mould themselves to fit an idea or be like someone else, and we came into this life full, you know, full of presence, full of expression, full of everything that we needed. And as we grow up, society, our parents, people around us, if we allow them, we can start to make ourselves small because of what other people say to us. Now, as a child, be quiet, so we stop talking so much. If we've got lots of sisters and brothers, we might feel that we have to do crazy things for attention, as an example. Because otherwise we're fighting for attention with the others. And all these different things, and there's so many other examples, mould us and shape us. But as we awaken, we're, you know, it's about coming into all those places again, about expressing all those things, about being that fully present, fully full child that we came in as, you know. where nothing needs to be taken away, where nothing needs to be moulded, where everything is perfect and accepted exactly as we are. And the way we do that is we fully accept ourselves, everything about ourselves, and especially the things that we don't like, or that we notice that we're doing that might not be favourable because of whatever we've been taught. And there are no mistakes. There's no mistakes in life. Everything's always unfolding perfectly for our highest and greatest good. We can't make a mistake. I think there is this idea of thought, this train of thought that, we can make good choices, we can make bad choices, we can make mistakes, but how can that be? Things that happen are supposed to happen, or they just simply would not happen. And it's our perception of them that makes them what they are. And what we notice as we awaken is our perception shifts. So we start to see the wider perspective, and that everything that's happening is fitting in with everybody else concerned in any given situation. And right now what I'm really noticing is that there's a huge amount of change happening. There's a lot of people moving house, there's a lot of people connecting with their beloved and going into a relationship. There's a lot of people making big changes in their lives and reassessing what's real for them, what's true for them, what they really want. What's a priority? But all of those things we do from this place of awareness and presence, and the more that we can give ourselves this space every day, the more empowered we are. Meditation is about connecting us with the silence. It's about connecting us with with God, with Spirit, with truth. About bringing us into a deeper intimacy with life, intimacy with our relationships, intimacy with ourselves, with this expression of God that we are. So let's just take a moment now. Hi, Suzanne. And closing our eyes. Connecting with our breath. And noticing how we feel. And notice how in this moment there are no struggles, there's no stress, there's no worries, There's no concerns. There's a deep, deep relaxation happening. And let this moment expand. Be aware of what's happening now. Feel the expansion in your body. Feel the silence all around you and within you. Bring your attention to that silence. Morning, Jeannie. Habs. Morning, Desmond. If you missed this, you can always watch it from the beginning, as I'll post the replay after. So feeling that silence, just bringing your attention to it. Noticing how powerful it is. And just allow yourself to drop into the silence. Dropping into this moment like a drop of water falling into the ocean. An ocean of oneness, of consciousness. Becoming the ocean. Dropping into the ocean of expansive consciousness as the ocean, as the drop of water. And permeating everything in that consciousness. There's no separation. This body, this experience, everything around you, it's all you. Everyone and everything that shows up is a divine aspect of you. One had to become two in order to know itself. One had to become many in order to know itself. Consciousness had to become 1,000,000,000 drops of water in order to know that it was a drop of water and is also the ocean. And it's also all the rivers, all the streams, all the oceans. It's the water in the plants in your glass in the morning. Consciousness is everywhere and everything. It's you. Pure, divine, infinite, eternal. And when this body drops, you will continue. And while you are here, make every day, every moment, make every moment of every day a celebration. Take nothing for granted. Be grateful for everything that shows up, no matter how it might look. I came back from Arillis in Corfu a few years ago, and I decided that I'd really like a swimming pool where I lived, you know, if ever I got the opportunity, because I love swimming. I'm not an expert at swimming, but I love water, and there's so much intelligence in water, and it carries energy, it carries vibration, and we can always put our intention into water. And we can bless water. Anyway, when I came back from Arillis, I went to bed and put the washing machine on and decided, oh, I'd really like a swimming pool in my next home. It'd be so nice. And I came down the following morning, and for whatever reason my washing machine just decided to pump water all through the downstairs of my house. So, you know, this is how creative we are, and what creators we are, because that morning I had my swimming pool. Not quite how I'd imagined it. And, you know, I could have stressed about the fact that there was water all the way from my kitchen into my front room, through 3 rooms. But I didn't. I just got all my towels and put them all over the floor, and very quickly realised that there was a reason for this happening, and that actually, yes, it could be a stressful situation, but it was all okay, and there was nothing to worry about. But I could have also gone down the train of thought that it was a disaster, and, you know, what's going to happen next, and how am I going to deal with this? But this is where we have the power to look at a situation, and we choose how we want to feel about what's happening. We can see the bigger picture, or even if we can't see the bigger picture, we can choose to acknowledge that there is something bigger going on, that there's a higher intelligence working through everything, working through our lives, working through this experience. And so through that flood, I actually ended up with the most beautiful floor that I've ever had. I had this beautiful wooden flooring, and the floor reminds me of India. I mean, I've not even been to India, but it reminds me of kind of, you know, some exotic house out in the woods somewhere. It's so beautiful, and everybody that's been here to my home, which is many people, a lot of people have come here for healing, reflexology, Reiki, one-to-one sessions. or friends dropping by and staying on their way to other places. And they've all noticed the floor. It's not only been a joy for me, it's been a joy for absolutely everybody that's been here. And I see the bigger picture then becomes very clear, you know. And that's one example. There's so many examples of these kind of things that run through our lives, where something changes, something happens, and it's for the grace and the good of everyone involved. And maybe it's something simple, just to bring joy to everybody that comes to our home. And remember, you are a beacon of light. You're a beacon of light and love and peace and joy and expression and creativity. You're all these things and so many more. Wishing you all a blessed, blessed day. And if you have only just joined me at the end of this, Kuldeep and Atik, I don't know if you're both still there, but you can watch the replay. I'll repost it. So much, much love to you all. Many, many blessings. Enjoy this experience. Everything exactly as it is. Namaste.